On June 23, 2018, the Wild Boys Football Club, a team composed of boys aged 11 to 16, gathered for their routine training session with their coach and assistant coach. As the training session wrapped up, the head coach bid farewell to his players, momentarily setting aside his phone to focus on preparations for an upcoming game with the older team. Hours later, upon retrieving his phone, he discovered a barrage of missed calls from the parents of his players, concerned about their children's whereabouts, as they had yet to return home. The coach quickly tried reaching each player, but to no avail. Finally, a call connected with Song Pol, a 13-year-old team member who was already at home, having been picked up by his mother. Song informed the coach that after training, the rest of the team had decided to ride their bikes to the nearby Tam Luang caves, accompanied by their assistant coach, to explore. Alarmed, the head coach rushed to the caves and found a chilling sight. The boys' bicycles left unattended at the cave entrance, now submerged by a fast-rising stream of water. A heavy rainstorm had started shortly after the team had entered, creating an imminent danger and potential entrapment within the cave. Authorities, including local Thai police officers, quickly joined the scene, uncovering backpacks and other personal items at the cave entrance. However, the intense water levels restricted any deeper exploration, prompting the enlistment of Thai Navy SEALs and the formation of a crisis response team in the Chiang Rai region to devise a rescue plan. Meanwhile, Vern Unsworth, a British caver with extensive knowledge of the Tam Luang cave system, offered his assistance. Living in the area and deeply familiar with the cave, Unsworth connected Thai authorities with the British Cave Rescue Council, paving the way for expert cave divers John Volanthan and Rick Stanton to travel to Thailand and lead the underwater search. Tam Luang, known as Thailand's fourth longest cave, spans over 10 kilometers and features multiple branches, including a T-section just a kilometer from the entrance. The boys, if they had survived the flooding, would likely have taken refuge in a higher elevation chamber deep within the cave. Rick and John, though not military trained, brought unparalleled cave diving skills developed over years of experience in challenging, life-or-death rescue operations. Despite skepticism about whether these civilian divers could offer more than the Navy SEALs, their specific expertise in cave navigation under such conditions became indispensable. Navigating in near-zero visibility, John and Rick began their search, strategically placing guidelines to allow divers to follow the same path back with relative safety. The divers aimed for a section called Pattaya Beach, thought to be one of the highest and safest chambers where the boys might have taken refuge. But relentless rains forced temporary halts, as water levels continued rising, complicating progress and casting doubt on the boys' chances of survival. The Thai Navy SEALs set up a command center inside Chamber 3 of the cave, using the space to store critical supplies, including air tanks and diving equipment. Joined by volunteers like Saman Kunin, a former Navy SEAL and experienced diver, the team worked tirelessly to pump water from the cave, search for alternative entrances, and divert streams away from the flooded passages. Inspired by the resilient local team, Rick and John resumed their dives, making their way toward Pattaya Beach. But upon reaching the chamber, they found it empty with no trace of the boys. Undeterred, the divers pushed further into the cave, extending beyond their planned dive limits, and pressed on. Eventually, they surfaced in an unexpected chamber where they noticed a faint glimmer of light. As they swam closer, John heard voices and, overwhelmed with hope, recorded the moment. "How many of you?" John asked. 10 days. "You have been here 10 days." He confirmed with astonishment as he learned of the boys' resilience and determination. The relief that spread through Thailand and around the world was palpable as news emerged of the team's discovery. The following day, 3 Thai Navy SEALs joined the boys to provide them with vital supplies, remaining with them until a full rescue plan could be executed. The worldwide celebration following the discovery of the trapped Wild Boys Football Club team was short-lived for the rescue team. They realized that locating the boys was merely the first hurdle, with the challenge of bringing them out still looming large. The initial plan was to drain as much water as possible from the cave. Even Elon Musk proposed a miniature submarine, but it was declined due to concerns that a rigid vessel couldn't maneuver the cave's tight passages, leading Musk to express frustration on social media. Previous rescues had sometimes used drilling, but that option seemed unlikely here. Waiting until the monsoon season's end was also on the table, but that would mean delaying until October. Rescue teams considered different strategies. One idea was to teach the boys diving skills with practice sessions within the cave. Alternatively, a rescue shaft could be drilled to install an emergency elevator, similar to the Chilean miners' rescue. Lastly, if all else failed, they could supply the team with enough resources until water levels naturally receded. But as the rescue team on site examined each option, it became clear that none were feasible. The challenging conditions of the cave ruled out teaching the boys to dive. Some couldn't swim, let alone dive in such a dangerous environment. Drilling was impractical due to the depth and solid rock separating the boys from the surface, and the monsoon season had just started, leaving months of rain ahead. Oxygen levels in the chamber were already worryingly low. The mission took a tragic turn when former Navy SEAL Simon Kunin lost his life due to oxygen deprivation, underscoring the extreme risks. Desperate for a solution, Rick Stanton contacted Dr. Richard Harris, an Australian anesthesiologist and skilled cave diver. Despite reservations about the plan's safety, Harris recognized it was the only viable option. The plan required sedating the boys, placing them in full-face masks with positive pressure to keep water out, and tying their hands to prevent accidental movement. Each boy was then tethered to a diver for the treacherous journey. As the team worked through challenging cave segments, they had to periodically administer additional sedatives mid-rescue. To everyone's relief, the first two boys arrived safely at Chamber 3, boosting morale. Gradually, each boy was moved through the submerged passages, where Navy SEALs and volunteers assisted in the final stretch by stretcher. After 3 days, all boys and their assistant coach were rescued, though one boy's smaller face posed a last-minute hurdle, requiring a special mask that barely fit. Despite these monumental efforts, the rescue took a toll. A Thai Navy SEAL, Beirut Pakbara, later succumbed to health complications related to a blood infection he contracted during the mission. His sacrifice, along with Simon Kunin's, became a lasting symbol of the unwavering dedication shown by the Thai Navy SEALs and the British divers. The successful rescue made headlines globally, cementing the teamwork of Thai SEALs and the British diving experts as a symbol of resilience and innovation in the face of extreme adversity. As the boys and their coach emerged, they were hailed as heroes, as were the divers whose unique skills saved them. "We just had the right skills for that moment," the divers humbly reflected. The story of the Wild Boys and their miraculous rescue is one of extraordinary resilience, courage, and teamwork. From the tireless efforts of Thai Navy SEALs to the unmatched expertise of the British divers, this operation showcased what humanity can achieve when faced with impossible odds. Yet, it came with a price. Lives were lost, sacrifices made, and challenges endured, all in the pursuit of saving others. What did you find most remarkable about this rescue mission? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories of survival, bravery, and hope from around the world.